This girl is temperamental. Start about now. Well, you see, I'm 87 years old. And I felt that I had to pick my time carefully as to when I wanted to hang up my spurs.
At the hanger line and taxiing, I will be holding short of the active for the run-up and then taking off as well.
I was born in 1935 and grew up in Newfoundland on an island called Fogo Island, not far from Gander Airport, which everybody seems to know. It was a good life as a kid. I was raised close to the family, but decided after seeing a float plane one day when I was probably about 6 or 7 years old that I got attracted to it. So at 18, as soon as I hit my 18th birthday, I was gone to join the Air Force.
Chatham, New Brunswick, population 3,000. In summer, it's famous for its salmon run. It's also the home base of the Golden Hawks.
As the good Lord would have it, I made it and became a pilot.
Flight Lieutenant George Miller, 27, solo pilot from Ottawa, Ontario, his first year with the Golden Hawks.
And had the opportunity to be selected to try out for the Golden Hawks aerobatic team.
While we're setting up our timing pass to come in for the bomb burst, George, you'll be carrying out your 8-point roll.
Yes, in that case then I'll put the circle well into wind, so by the time you get there it'll be in front of the crowd.
Excellent.
Later to be a team leader of the Snowbirds, our national team now. And then when I retired and was managing Langley Airport, I formed a team called the Fraser Blues.
It is.
Whiskey Oscar Fox, Roger, thanks so much. Have a nice flight.
You too.
And I thought after that, what am I waiting for? This was probably the best time. I made plans to sell my aircraft. I didn't want to sell it to someone that I really felt did not know how to fly it well or would treat it well. Kevin from this museum, who I know so well, called me and said, "George, is there any way that we can get your aircraft?" And I said, "Well, what do you want it for?" And he said, "Well, you know, you've flown the F-86 with the Golden Hawks. You've flown with the Snowbirds. We got your stuff here." I didn't go any further, and I said, "Kevin, you've got it. I'm going to donate it to you." And that's what I did.
And it didn't take a lot of arm twisting to convince them that it was a great idea. The reason it was important to us to get it is that with the Golden Hawks being formed here in 1959, they were a huge part of Canada's aerobatic team history.
Seen here with me is a young lady, 27. She's an absolute wonderful maintenance engineer. She's a commercial pilot. She has ambitions in that way, and also a private pilot. And I said, "Come on, be my co-pilot."
Well, I went as, I guess, a mechanic and aircraft maintenance engineers, a just-in-case type thing. But yeah, about halfway, then we started having engine trouble. It was running pretty rough, and yeah, after I was trying not to think it's please don't be a cylinder, but it ended up being a cylinder. And it was the worst one to change the number 6, which is here. You have to take the prop off and the cowl off. The cowl usually flips up, but that one's bolted on. And then yeah, replaced that in Kenora and went from there. This one's special. You can see the same school plane over and over. They're all the same, but these are special. I love this part of the country, the East Coast, and particularly this air base here, to me, is central to my life. Because when I joined and ended up as a 18-year-old joining the Air Force, I knew nothing about anything except flying. And I particularly wanted to be on fighters. And that's all in Chatham. This was our major fighter base, like Cold Lake is right now in Alberta. This Chatham was it. So this airport here has really close relationships with me. It's a part of my soul, really.
Whiskey Oscar Fox, go ahead.
It's sort of sad, and I know because particularly for this aircraft, because I've loved this aircraft so much.
We're machine traffic, Whiskey Oscar Foxtrot, turning left.
You know, it's been such a joy to fly. Any job that I've had in the Air Force or anything that I've done subsequent to that, when I finish, I don't have any regrets about it. I loved what I was doing and move on to something else. I love the time, love the people, I've made friends that I'll have forever. And I can see coming down to Newfoundland, dropping by here, and they come in here and see an aircraft that is a true legacy of the Fraser Blues. I want the family to be able to see that. Well, I gotta admit, I get a little pinch in the gut when I look at it because we have this special relationship, and I just love that airplane. And I'm hoping that I will come back here and I'll take Freya with me. And I'm going to give you these keys. This is the official camera. That would be the last time I would see it. But it's a real gut wrencher to give it up. But it's in the best possible care. It's time for a cold beer. It really is.